Hey everyone, welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock command video. And our video here begins in the beautiful city of Castletown. That's right, the construction is finally complete. Basically, there's still some empty spaces around here. So this is actually going to be a part of a 4-part mini-series for the Castletown quest. So in this first one, I'm going to make the intro. Then in the second one, I'm going to make the quest itself. The third one, I'm going to make the dungeon. And finally, in the fourth one, I'm going to make the boss and have one of my friends play through it. But with it almost being finished in construction, there's some stuff I can add later. That means we can finally start Michael's map. So players are going to wake up in this small kind of cave-ish room. So they're going to be in adventure mode and kind of just explore this area and find their way into this really cool, really dark, creepy room. And the centerpiece of this room is this big door, this 3x4 kind of iron door, but it does not look like anything they've seen before. This does not look like traditional redstone. So I think they're naturally going to find their way to this book. They might explore a little bit, but eventually they're going to find here probably first. So this is the first page. It's called the Redstone Door Instruction Manual. Basically in the lore, this was designed by someone in the laboratory, the Redstone Laboratory, which is like a little side quest they're going to do because I designed that. And practically this was made to protect these mines, these redstone mines. Because redstone is like the most powerful resource in the entire universe in this lore. They didn't really find much here, but they built this door to protect it so nobody could come in whenever they want. So this, after they read this instruction manual, they realize that and how it will work. So it says pull the lever. It should say press the button. I'm going to update that. But it also says you need to replace the glowstone when it runs on power. Glowstone is basically in this lore redstone infused cobblestone. And they'll also see this part. Glowstone replacement is simple. Just make sure you place it on the red nether bricks. And it also says that it's in shaft 2 for easy access. So they'll make their way up to shaft 2. It says in this sign here, shaft 2 above. And they'll see this chest. Replacement glowstone, because the glowstone refill necessary. So they'll grab this, and they'll probably know to place it here, but just in case they don't, so they don't accidentally place it somewhere, they're in adventure mode, so they can't place any blocks. But this can only be placed on red nether brick. And if we run this command, we can see that it can be placed on red nether brick. And they place it here. Nice, that's a cool cutscene. And then they press this button. It's perfect. Yes, I have mastered the door. That just looks beautiful. I'm really happy with that. But you, my dear viewer, may be wondering, how does this thing work? Because like, this is not real redstone. You can't pull blocks with chains. And this isn't even a sticky piston. Like, what? But if you go down here, you can see it's actually just a ton of command blocks. So it starts here with this command block, checks if there's a glowstone. If there is, it sets this to redstone, in which it runs this, which is basically the sign hanging animation, which leads to the final button placement, which is right here. There's also a bunch of sound effects, a bunch of different sound effects. Like for example, this one, it uses block.bamboo.place for the button, because that sounds pretty fire. And once they press the button, it sets this block to redstone, which runs this door animation, which basically, it repeats this, you can see 3 times for the lifting of the door. There's also this reset button, so you can see if I go up now, the door is back in place, and this doesn't have anything, glowstone refill necessary. And it's all just pretty perfect. I really love this. But let me open the door just one more time, so we can keep working on this. Yeah, so this room is really all I've made so far. So I'm really excited to work on this next part with you together in this episode. So my plan for this tunnel is that it's gonna there's gonna be like a good door, but then it's gonna be like completely locked. And there's gonna be another way to the right that leads in this kind of open cave area where everything is just kind of destroyed. So let's get cracking. I'm just gonna kind of mine away here. So something kind of cool I made up is this kind of alternating diagonal pattern of engraved in the stone. And how I did this is basically remove the stone and to place these stairs in alternating patterns, so it gives this like swayy pattern. And I'm back. It's actually the next day because this took a while to make, but we're here, and I made this really cool hallway. It leads to this here, which is this kind of double doorway, and they can't go through it because the stone pressure plates are out of place. the lore goes crazy. So the players are going to have to go this way, into this old diamond mine, where they go here, block from further usage, registry 512, section 203. And they go into this really cool room. So I'm probably going to change it with like some sort of block palette, with like maybe deep slate and cobblestone, like, and andesite, like the room over there. But yeah, this is a cool room. So this is going to be the exit, and they're going to have to get a special item that can break suspicious gravel. And then here it says, some say those who look down to the well of the miners find the tools of their ancestors. So this is going to be like a little tiny puzzle where basically the player is going to have to look down into this well, and they're going to be given an item that can break suspicious gravel. That's what I'm planning. So I'm going to try to figure out the commands for that, and I'll be right back. Yeah, so I finished up this kind of mini well puzzle, and I'm really proud of it, so allow me to show you guys. So after players read these signs, kind of explaining what they maybe have to do, they're going to walk over to the well, and here's how the system kind of works. When they look down into the well, you can see their score increases on the left, and once they reach 50, they get this pickaxe, which can only break suspicious gravel, which is to the exit over here, and I'll show you that in a minute. So if I reset my score, you see when I look into it and then look out, it actually stops my score going up. So hopefully, if players just randomly look down to it, they won't just happen to get it. I might lower how long they need to look into it. I might do some balancing. We'll see, but for now I think this is good. So how does this system work? Just a real quick rundown. It uses these 4 commands. So this first one, positioned in the well, or by the well, if any nearby players are looking down using these rotation X, then it adds 1 to their Castletown Miner well score. Then, this one, basically if they're not looking down, then it resets their score. And finally these two. So this first one here, once they reached 50 to 60 score, because there's some inconsistency, so I can't say exactly 50. Once they do, it'll give them an iron pickaxe that can destroy suspicious gravel, even in adventure mode. And we'll set their score to 100 so that they don't get multiple pickaxes and just keep getting pickaxes over and over again. And you can see the system works even in adventure mode. So when we look down, we get to the score 50, we get this pickaxe, and we can mine away at this gravel, but it leads to this passageway. And we'll make a more good looking passageway, but that's just what I wanted to demonstrate with this. But before we continue and see what I've made beyond this door, because I have expanded it, I actually want to do something really cool, and I want to make the music for this. So I want it to be kind of eerie, but not too, like, intense. So watch this epic transition. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so here we are in the setup. We got the Epic Logic Pro. So we're going to start to work on some epic music for the intro. So I found this synth on Keyscapes called Dark Score, and it sounds pretty cool. So I'm going to try to do something with it. Okay guys, so I'm back a bit later, and I didn't like tell you guys how this process went as much as I would, so this is not really a part at all, but I created a little mini tune. It's pretty chill. I didn't want it to be over the top. I accidentally made a version before this that was really over the top, and I'm probably gonna use that for the dungeon actually, and it's gonna be fun. But I'll start to play the song here, and for the rest of the video, or it's just gonna play out, so you guys can hear it now. And back to Minecraft. Here. But it's time to get back to the adventure map. So if I get my pickaxe from the well, yes, I can mine this and show you what I've been working on for a long time now. So here it is. It's a little hallway. So they keep mining, and they go into this larger hallway. This is pretty cool. It took a while to make, but once they go up here, they get put in here. But wait a minute. That didn't seem like a normal ladder, did it? It seemed to glitch a little bit. It's almost like these two locations aren't right next to each other. And that's exactly what's happening. So I'm in spectator mode, and when I go out here, you can see this ladder actually leads nowhere. But the intro section is down here. So how does this ladder take me from over here to up there so seamlessly? Well, it all comes down to really this one command. Execute as all players in a radius of 3 that aren't in the game mode spectator. It teleports them to the Y value of 56, and it modifies their X and Z values. So why I do this instead of just not straight up teleporting them is because if you straight up teleport them, then their location on the ladder, like left and right, is going to be changed from what it already was. Which will be kind of jarring, and you can notice it. But if I just modify their positioning, then they can't notice it at all. So I had to do a little bit of math, but it works out and it looks really good. I can show you again. If I put this back, and I climb up here, it teleports me over here, and I'm in the next area. So continuing on from here is the final part of this intro segment. So players are going to find themselves going this way. They're going to open up these doors, and they're not going to be able to go this way because that's actually, and you can see I haven't made this yet either, and this whole room is kind of unfinished because there's going to be a lot more, because this is the underground of the entire castle town, and I'm planning on it being like a little complicated array of tunnels, and that's where the dungeon is going to be. It's going to be a lower part of the, so this may be a way to get to it. I'm not sure how that's going to work exactly, but that is for episode 3. For now, if I continue on this way, you can see this room, which looks pretty cool. And this room is actually the living quarters of the very first character that our players meet, and his name is Durin. He doesn't have anything to say yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little cutscene so when the players lock here. So I'm back, and let me just say what I've made is really cool. So let me show you guys. So if I open up these doors here and walk through, where is it? Where is it? Why can't it just say the energy required for the spell? Wait, I thought I just sensed. No, it can't be. It's probably just fatigue. The tire of running logistics of the city and of being sorcerers are getting to me. What is that sound? Why, if it isn't, who are you? You tell him your name is, and it puts your player name there. Why, come here and speak to me, your player name, the fair. And I can move around, and I can go talk to him. So the dialogue here is not accurate because it's the old dialogue, but I'll figure out some new dialogue in the next episode because it's related to the quest, obviously. But yeah, that was a pretty cool cutscene. So how did I do it? Just real quick. I just wanted to show you. It is a bit of a mess, but basically, it detects if there's a player nearby without the Durin intro tag, or just the intro cutscene tag. And if they don't have it and they go there, then it runs this cutscene with all these tell raw commands for Durin talking. And it also sets it so they can't move here. And also these make Durin look at the right spot at different times. So here it's facing towards the player for when he turns around. And here it's looking to his book for when he's talking about his book. And how he's annoyed it doesn't say the energy required for the spell. Because Durin is actually sorcerer. And there's a lot of lore to that. Sorcerers are the second highest in command wizards in all of the land. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really excited to see where this series goes. I mean, just look at this build. Look how cool this is. I'm so excited to work on this in the next episode. Make it a quest. And then make a dungeon and a boss. It's going to be really fun. So I'll see you guys in the next Minecraft Bedrock Command Technical Michael's Minecraft Knowledge video.